Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays Children of Morta. We've hit like a new level of Enway, you know, in this game right now. I still love it, but this boss, you're gonna have to. Here's the thing: you've submitted a rough draft of this awful fire boss. Please retrofit it to my exact specifications and have it on my desk by tomorrow morning. So we're due for a Mark run. But I'm also like, you know, I'm kind of tempted to just play as a character that is already like fairly leveled up. But whatever, we'll keep him going. Here's the thing. I believe 20 is like the max level. So some of these characters are getting pretty close to the max level. I mean, John is level 17. Right on the cusp. Like probably one more run will have John at max level. Which is very... forgot about that one. It's very scary for me because it means that I need to get better. I really think if I had to guess, I feel like. Go ahead, dude. Oh, okay, that was weird. If I had to guess, I feel like we're probably. Please let me in. We're probably going to, once we finish with this boss, I thought you were making a doppelganger, it's my bad. Once we finish with this boss, which may happen at some point in the calendar year. Thank you. Once we finish with this boss, I think we're going to be past our major sticking point. I hope to God that ends up indeed being the case. This boss isn't even hard, it's just frustrating for me. Like, I don't know. I make a distinction. Oh, that was terrible. My mistake. I make a distinction not just for like academic, you know, hey, I love to argue reasons. Because I don't really like to argue that much, believe it or not. Mostly, I just want you to tell me I'm right, and then we can talk about something else. Let me out, please. We might die early here. What else is new, right? It's really hard to take out an enemy where when you get close to them, they instantly hurt you. Oh, hold on here. Better damage on barrier, more damage on knockback attack, or increased critical chance based on... It goes up by 0.3. That strikes me as being pretty low. I'm actually going to go for better range on punches. I think it'll allow us to close the distance a little better. You know your boy loves a passive. But anyway, here's my distinction, okay?
Steps were taken.
Don't even start with me, dude.
For it was never possible.
He's done it again.
A destiny unknown.
Give me Pong, please. At least I can reliably beat that. You know, a hard boss is like a... You know, we're talking about like the final boss of Sekiro, you know? Where it... Just learning the patterns itself takes you a long time. This boss... You know, he's got like 2 attacks. I know what I have to do. The only thing that's touchy about it is having such small margin for error. Okay, that was much better. How come Mark gets 2 stuns and Joey gets 0? You ever ask yourself that question? Hardly seems fair to my man. Joseph, please be dead. Again, we may die ourselves. I can live with that. I can live with that. A globe? No globe. Okay. You know what? I'm very familiar with Mark's ults. We spent about 40 minutes being trapped in Mark's ults, I recall. I deserve to be killed there. I don't know how we weren't, but I'll take it. is touchy, dude. It's a touchy one. The enemy did explode on death, so that's our runic ability. Okay, we fought slightly back. The fact that we keep going from, like, you know, critical HP to, like, slightly more than critical HP, that must be one of the, like, the passive effects that we've gotten for getting a family member to level 12, right? Maybe level 16, but, I mean, we've only gotten one family member that far, I think. Okay, good dodge. Remember, these guys are not to be trifled with. For really close combat enemies, I think the blobs are the worst. Basically, if we ever touch them, they hurt us. But we have to get pretty much right next to them to be able to do any damage ourselves, so it's a little touchy. It's okay. We made it. Still got 42 HP. Really appreciate the passive regen. It's trying. It's trying to keep us alive. There you go. Just chain stun. Single enemy equals chain stun whenever possible. Didn't realize, by the way, Mark's cooldowns are so low. Okay, thank you. I really appreciate that. Like, he can spam his abilities pretty quickly. I'm not saying we gotta win here, because I think that that's a ridiculous statement based on previous performance. All I'm saying is that, like, we're in that, it's almost like a miniature A20 Slay the Spire zone. You know what I mean? We basically need to win. There's no side quests to do where we can build up experience. All we can really do is, sure. All we can really do is, you know, keep banging our head against the wall until we eventually make it. And I'm eager to do so to see what the game holds after this point. Chance to fire projectiles in different directions upon being hit. Any passive is worth it in my book, obviously. It was actually a surprisingly good, quick first floor. I don't feel too bad about that right there. Even though we were close to death temporarily. Well, almost chronically. We don't have gemstones, so we can't open that. Have you guys been watching the Righteous Gemstones, by the way? Like, it's been growing on me. I like Danny McBride substantially more as like as a writer-producer than as an actor. And I think this show is a good example of why I feel that way. Which sounds like I mean it to be an insult, but I actually mean it as like a weird compliment, if that makes sense. His character is like... His character is the character that he plays in every television program / movie he's ever been in, that I've ever seen him in, including, like, you know, the Foot Fist Way, like, 15 years ago. But, like, the shows that he constructs have this weird, like, darkly comic, like, fake testosterone soaked, but it's like, you know, a 12-year-old boy's idea of what it means to be a man, which is, you know, leads to these tragic heroes who are ignorant of how much everybody else actually hates them. Hey, don't starve me here. And Walton Goggins is just, he's amazing in everything. And I gotta tell you, they keep every freaking episode. Excuse me, I'm building my own lore here, if you don't mind. Every freaking episode, they keep playing that song, Misbehavin', and it gets, every time I hear the opening line, it gets stuck in my head for, like, you know, longer than I'd like to admit. Like, I watched an episode last night, right at the end, you know? Mama told me not to, I did it anyway, misbehaving. And stop it! Anyway, none of that bit will make any sense if you haven't watched the show, but, you know, recommend it if you got HBO, you know? If you haven't seen Vice Principals, that got me good. Vice Principals, in my opinion, is a spectacular show. Also uncomfortable to watch. Sometimes. Okay. I'm starting to learn, I think, what it's gonna take to get my man... Excuse me, how did my whip miss you? I think I'm starting to learn what it's gonna take to get Mark to succeed. One of the things you're gonna need to do is not get hit. That's like is high on the list. Back to 42 HP. It's like we're constantly one hit away from oblivion. The whip is the fool's gambit. Against these guys, the whip is not gonna save you. Okay. I've started to just think about this like... Okay, we now have a totem. I'm starting to think about Children of Morta. You know, I think maybe... It's kind of a ridiculous statement, right? Because it makes it sound like I'm good at a game that's been kicking my butt. Oh, okay. I mean, we gotta kill him. But what I was gonna say is, oh my god, thank you for the dodge. Did you see? I got visibly frightened. Good. Just keep him at bay. But what I was gonna say is, I think that, like... Get out of here. I think that my surprising level of early success actually led me to have, like, unrealistic expectations, you know? Because I won a lot of my first few runs, I'm, like, under the impression that I should be winning more often than is actually plausible. I hate you, dude. I just hate you. See, that's the fool's gambit, brother. You, come here. I stepped on the freaking creep, dude. So now that I'm faced with, like, some actually tough enemies, please be stunned. Please also dodge the creep. Thank you. Play it cool. I don't want to go full Salamanca here. I froze. I'm willing to admit I just froze there. But I think that was a great place to put the creep generator. Gotta love it. Oh, that was close. Thank you for the globe. It's all just about fighting back now. So I'm thinking, you know, this is more realistic. Rather than being 100% predominantly concerned with, you know, victory on every single run, should be much more invested in just ensuring that we're making some real progress. The whip is the fool's gambit. Please roll. You could see my face. You could see in my eyes that I was mashing the spacebar there, but I was on cooldown. I will say, and I say this not to, you know, seem like I'm trying to tear the game down, because it's, you know, never my intention, and I like the game a great deal. But I will say, I did find myself enjoying Children of Morta a little bit more when I wasn't spending every run constantly being one hit away from death, thus forcing me to play so conservatively. But maybe there's been a dearth of my skill in comparison to this, you know, the enemies.
He instead adopted the title Mysterious Shopkeep.
So, yeah, I mean, buying globes there also would have been nice, but I think the path forward to a victory for me is just getting the full HP on that boss fight and having as many abilities as possible to get us there, I think. Greater damage on barrier. Better ults. I don't really love the ult that much, to be honest. I think we'll go for the passive damage increase. Leap into the air and fracture the ground at Mark's feet to damage and stun any enemies. Deal additional damage to any of Mark's enemies suffering from negative effects. Well, we'd probably take the secondary ability on that one then. If we're lucky enough to get one more level, which is actually pretty plausible. The important thing to remember is that Mama told me not to. I did it anyway, misbehaving. If you're gonna watch the show, you're like, I'm not gonna get this song stuck in my head. You're gonna pop into my chat in like 5 days and be like, running through the house with a pickle in my mouth. Not my pickle, a pickle. That's you don't want to make that mistake. Thank you for the globe. It's been a great year for songs from comedy television programs becoming earworms. Like everybody's, we just got over the bones are their money, so are the worms. They pull your hair up but not out, etc., etc. Now we got Misbehaving, here to ruin your sleep, your mental tranquility. Please, just, I'm begging you, just a slight increase in our HP. Just a little bit of extra HP, please. Great time. Now, one of the things you might note about having an ult is that it works best when you actually attack. Which was kind of a classic mistake. I kind of just panic popped it and then never used, you know, the way it's meant to be used. Okay, that's my new strat for those guys. So I'm not using my gemstones to open chests. Maybe, like, we should be. Oh my god, here we go. Don't start with me on this double pump nonsense.
A failing machine kept her on the brink, its corrupted power core leaving her poisoned and unable to pull herself back. He knew a replacement power core was required, but doubted his ability to survive the retrieval.
He does look fairly weak. So this does not appear to be an escort mission. We're gonna have to fight these guys on the way back for sure. This is like an Indiana Jones situation. I can tell you that with supreme authority.
The man was a scientist, not a fighter.
In many ways, a scientist is a fighter of ignorance.
Was valuable and would be guarded. But Bergson understood the guard dogs needed to be put
very
down.
Sneaky. All right, one of you. I was just. Oh! I was gonna say one of you is a champion. I didn't necessarily expect that you would both fit the bill. Yikes. Oh, we doppelganged. Okay, the stun's valuable. That's valuable. We did kill one. I actually do not know how. That's terrible. Now we find ourselves in very classic Morta territory. We've done it. Oh my god. I forgot, by the way, for the last several episodes, we probably should have been upgrading. When we go back to the freaking villa, the familial estate, we're gonna buy like every upgrade that's ever existed. It's because I keep finishing episodes by dying with 1 HP, saluting, and then turning the game off forever.
The theft will not go unnoticed.
20 grand. Welcome, Tomo. Hello. Hello, my son. Yo, he's done it. Great jump, brother. Great jump. Okay, here's the thing. Face me. Got him. So far, is a simple task. It would be nice to have another Q, but I don't think we're gonna need one specifically. Great dodge, perfect timing. Dude, this was like absolutely zero complaints here. You know, I'm looking at this like this might actually be the run. You better give me a divine relic. We're only on floor 2 here. We got plenty of time to get a little stronger. Right, Tomo?
The man worked, waiting. The Bergson continued to contemplate.
Yeah, contemplate what kind of item you're gonna give me. So I can finally beat this friggin' boss. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Ah. Trying to do a live remix. Well,
whether a life so dependent on machines
pretty disgusting,
was
to be
even
honest.
Possible.
My divine item, please. Thank you. Become temporarily invisible. As it's, you know, good for initiation, I suppose. Go ahead. Make my day. Hello, sir. Oh, we're fighting? Oh, we have to protect Joseph. All right, that's... Joseph needs protection, so I'm not surprised, quite honestly. I do think, though, the only thing we're gonna get out of this is, new obelisk potential. 67 enemies slain. Oh, a rune. I honestly, I'll take it just because it's fresh, but I wasn't disliking our existing rune. The Elixir of Camellia, of course. The long-lost treasure known as the Elixir of Camellia, which I've been searching for years. For the long-lost Elixir of Camellia. I honestly thought that said the Obelisk of Skirt. Nice try. So you might, again, potentially you're wondering, hey NL, why aren't you opening those chests? I'm not opening those chests because this isn't a friggin' game anymore. This is my life. Okay? I'm just maximizing the amount of divine graces we can purchase. I think I will take... I understand there's a pseudo-synergy here. We poison enemies. The enemies then would, from our next level, might take increased damage because they have a debuff associated with them. But I'd rather just take primary attack does more damage. Again, without being able to see the actual damage amounts, it's hard to make a perfectly informed decision. But, you know... I'm not saying that's a design flaw. It's just the way she goes, you know? So that's like, we encounter 3 or 4 enemies. This is a perfect way to tackle them, you know? You just drop the Q, stun lock them. Any additional damage that needs to be done, no worries. So this one...
Magma in the distance acted as lights for the city. In the center.
How do you do space plus space? That's how you do space plus space. Okay.
Trapped in his own creation.
Yeah, lower.
Final
Don't interrupt me, because I feel like we finally got a chance to actually be decent in the game. So we got a great initiator. I hope it's a great initiator. It feels okay to start with here. We would like 2 more gemstones if possible, because 2 more gemstones equals buying 1 more divine relic. So I think here's what you do. 1 enemy, you're not worth, you're not worth the tools that I would be sending at you here. You need a greater horde. Here we go. Get a few lined up. Okay, I don't know. Maybe you're a little bit too severe. We screwed it up. That's okay. One single foe, you do not bother me. Just hit him with one of those. Strong play until you got hit for like 70, but that's alright. Might as well. Okay, are you... Don't be the end of the floor, because that's a fool's temptation. And this fool's tempted. Well, you don't have any real items. Oh, you have 1 real item. It lights enemies on fire. I would like it, so let's get 1 more gemstone. Excuse me, sir. You're not supposed to be here. This is a safe zone. It's a non-hostile area. So there's our gemstone. It's a very nice item we can purchase, I think, or at least a reasonably nice item. Okay, here's what you do. First off, do that. Go invisible. Completely screw this up. Look at that. Nobody's getting it on my watch. Enter your rage state. Get the freaking blobs away from me, dude. Two dodges in a row is a dream come true. Very appreciative. It's alright. I think it's still worth it for the experience. It's been worth being aggressive here, I think. We'd like to get 1 more level if possible. 4 gemstones is also really nice. Oh, okay, so it's the dragon totem. I actually think that is a little bit better than our creep. Just because we also get... I think it does more damage on a stun lock, but I can't say that with authority, I suppose. Also, the keys have switched for invisibility, which is bothersome. But we could, you know, if we just went back, we could get them to work for us. Okay, there's a lot of enemies. Be cool. Pretty solid, actually. Always appreciative of the gemstones. Okay, broke free temporarily. Did we kill the Superman? Apparently so. Apparently so. Don't, if I look in here and there's 2 pumps. That's a 2-pump situation. Nah. Not today. That's for the 100% completion run at SGDQ. Look, I've been around the block a few times. Thank you. I'm old enough to know when a roguelite wants me to do something. It's gonna hamper my quality of life. Got him? Dude, my lips have got to be going like full Salamanca here.
Steps were taken without regret, for it was never possible to change a destiny
He's
unknown.
actually done it for the first time in like 10 years. It's a rune, but, you know, I do appreciate the globe. We just want to get one more level, and then I think we're good to go. One more gemstone wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We have 22,000 gold. That's hilarious. Have these things always been dropping stuff? And I've just never gone into the center of them? Oh, comments. Gonna be a little upset about that one, and deservedly so. Please, like, I'm so tired of missiles getting dropped on me from above. All I ask, please let me be done with this. I've done as you've asked. I've demonstrated. You know what? We have to go. We're not gonna level up. It's unfortunate, but we have to go. Oh, this might be enough. We've demonstrated what I hope is a basic level of competency. Please don't get hit against the blobs this much. Thank you. Okay, so now enemies with an effect will take more damage. Enemies with like a DOT, for example. That was so many globes, dude. It's only plus 10%, but, you know, it's something. We have 6 gemstones, which is a perfect amount. Right, Tomo? And we'll die to this boss with him being one hit away from death yet again, if you don't mind. I think we actually do want health regen, but globes heal less, because globes healing less is essentially irrelevant to us right now. On this boss fight. Please God, I can't fight this guy yet again. It's a half hour of getting hit by cruise missiles and ICBMs every time we screw it up. I don't know. You might as well just stay invisible for a bit here. Hopefully these things can still track you. Well, it's not like it lasts longer than a couple of seconds anyway. That missed, but that was, I think, a very good and conservative approach to take. It's okay. Life goes on. Good dodge. Lucky dodge. You picked your moment. Okay. I think that's the ticket right there. Our ult kind of blows for dealing with a single enemy, so I think, you know, we won't worry too much about that one. I hate that you chose to dodge away from me. Okay, that was just an absolutely horrible decision on my part. We're back in. Please. Still, every 40 seconds or so, we replenish a single hit's worth of damage from the flames. Very good / lucky dodge. Very nice. I was hoping we get like a chain stun. I kept making myself invisible instead of creating the dragon, but that's okay. Oh, just focus. This is where oftentimes, you know, we got him. Oftentimes you just get a little bit complacent, you know, you try to get a little close fishing for hits, and it leads to despair. This has been definitely, still that was okay. It's been the most solid, hate that I baited that one. The most solid fight against this guy that we've had. We still have regen. Yikes. That's easy gets. More crits, please. More crits, please. Okay, I saw one crit in there. I'll take it. One more of those, and my man is dusted. %100% focus. I can't believe it worked. We're not gonna get a dragon. That's okay. I can't tell you how excited I am. We should have had this guy killed like a week ago.
Soulless than before.
That was so easy.
And as if none had ever existed within the gears, and a new road forward opened with the jewel of life. The Bergson stood at the gates of Anai Saravar.
And he damned on
Caution dictated, going back and informing the others.
Thank God. It's not, I'm like, oh, I feel like such a rush of different emotions leaving me right now that I've finally done that. It's like I had a big, you know, a big intestinal blockage that just worked itself out. I want to cry, actually. I want to be emotional.
Everything with us. The Bergsons wondered what dangers could lie ahead still.
Whoa. Now it's Doctor Doom, dude. You know you're getting close to the end of the game, though, when you see the texture for the final boss. For the sprite, I should say.
He woke, wondering only how one could fight true despair.
Okay. Resilience upgrade has been unlocked. What is resilience? Decreases the effects of all movement hindering attacks on the Bergsons. Look, it's cheap. We have 23,000 gold. Probably don't need to go for EXP gain anymore. Let's, you know, I'm just gonna go like a little ring around the rosy. You know? It's an all stats up. We still got 3,000. I'll just take max HP. Turns out max HP is a very relevant concern for me most of the time. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. We'll be on to some new content next time. I'll see you then.